Hi everybody, this is KL Tech Nerd, bringing you this fun little Satisfactory video to show you how you can use signals to not have quite so much of a bad time with the new train physics and control your train traffic and stop horrible accidents from happening. I mean, unless you want to do that, in which case, high five, because that is kind of fun, watching the new train physics. So anyway, though, thank you very much for clicking on this video, and let's find out a little bit more about how to stop this from happening with multiple trains on one track. For my first example, I wanted to just have a simple train layout that I could use to show what a basic railroad in Satisfactory might look like. This is really simple. It just has one train and two stations, and then the train goes from station to station, taking in stuff at one station, then dropping it off, or any way that you want to do it. So that's no problem. You don't need to worry about signals or anything else if you have that kind of a layout, because there's one train. You don't have to worry about collisions or any changes that happen to Satisfactory. But if you're gonna have multiple trains on the station, then you need to worry about the signals, because if you don't, then this is going to happen way too often. So no longer do the trains just simply pass through each other. Now you got to try to figure out how to separate them and how to have multiple trains on one railroad. Now, if this does happen in your world, don't worry about it. It's cool. All you need to do is go up to it and hit E to re-rail the train, and you're gold. Your train's re-railed. You can start up again, but that will happen again. So let's take our basic layout and make it so we can have two trains on it. So for starters, let's go and turn on self-drive and figure out how to fix this. So first thing of all, okay, so we have two stations. If I just simply put out a signal right here, or matter of fact, you know what, let's say that the train accident happened right here. So let's worry about putting it right here. Maybe that way no problems will happen. The first thing that you're going to run into is that these are directional. So you need to go and make sure that it goes in the right direction so that it can tell your train which direction to go into. Okay, so I think we've encountered our first problem. Let's go see what it is. So this is a simple block signal. So right here, signal loops into itself. All that that's saying is that now this signal is going around, and there's nothing else to tell it, so there's only one block. The signals do not work if there's only one block. You gotta have multiple ones. So let's say we're gonna go over here and then go and put up another block signal to create two different layouts. So now we're gonna go and then do this, and that's fine. Block occupied, that's cool. Block clear. So, okay, now we got our basic block layout where we got our trains. Our train can go around. And, hey, look at that. So, you'll notice that right here, the signal's green, the train will go through. Everything's good, right? But that's only because we have one train. Another problem that you're going to run into is, see, everything works because it's one train. So another problem that you're going to run into is, let's say you want to have more than one train. So now we're going to go and add a second train. We're going to turn on self-drive, edit timetable, And save changes. Now, uh-oh, what's going to happen here? So what's happening here is that we only have 2 blocks. This is a block signal. We only have 2 blocks, so 1, 2. Because the block right here is stopping this train from entering this block, because there's a train on the block. And then this train can't go to this block because there's a train on this block. We now have a gridlock. 2 trains, 2 blocks. The train will only enter another block when that block is empty. So, how do we fix it? The easiest way to fix it is to add another block. So, what happens? This train leaves this block. It goes into this block. And now this train can go through. This block is now empty, so now this train can go through. Now we have multiple blocks, so now the trains can go around in a nice little circle. So, okay, we got everything fixed around. So now, everything works, everything's cool. The only thing you might want to worry about is don't put your trains too long, because what'll happen is now it's occupying 2 blocks. So in that case, I actually want to see if I can try to capture that, but unfortunately, I may have to add more cars here. But basically, if you see right here, right now, this train's using up more than 1 block. Because the train is so long, you get multiple signals that are saying, hey, you can't go through because there is still a train on that block. But it's cool because we got more than 3 blocks. That would really only be... We could actually get rid of this signal because it's not really doing much. But so everything's cool now. So basically, the minimum amount of blocks that you need is 1 more than your trains. I would suggest 2, because then that way you can have 1 block in between each train, so you don't get them kind of going like this one, where this train's right up on the other train. Oh, see right here, so that coach is still there. And now that the coach left, the block is clear, so now this train can enter this station. So now we can use blocks to set up the trains. I'm going to shorten this just so we don't get another error message. Okay, are you going to let me take this? Okay, that's weird. Anyway, though, so now everything works. We're all good. And we could actually probably set... Let me see here. There we go. So see, this train's in this block. We're good, right? So now we have 1, 2, 3 blocks. We're good. So we couldn't have 3 trains, but we can have 2 trains on 3 blocks. Now, if we wanted to have 3 trains, we would then have to add another block, in which case we have to do the same thing, which is make sure that 1 train can leave the block before it enters another one. Otherwise, the trains will stop, and then you'll get the same amount of gridlock that you have before. Now, there's another kind of signal that was introduced called the path signal. And the best way I can explain that is with more demonstrations. That's right. So, let's go over to 2 demonstrations of how to use path signals. So, our first example is this train, in which case we have this train and then 2 lines, and then they merge again to create a single station. So we're good, right? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. Turn on, edit timetable, add. Save changes. And, whoa, see, that's one of the only problems that you can run into with this kind of train is that, hey, look at this. This train is now waiting outside this signal, so it was stopped. However, it cannot move on. It's kind of unfortunate, but it does happen. You've got to be really careful with some of these signals, otherwise you will run into problems. And in this one's case, I believe they're far enough apart now to where they're fine. The biggest one is that because one's over here and one's over here now, you can have a dedicated lane that goes this way, and then for this one you can have a dedicated lane that goes this way. So you're good. And the way that this works is kind of cool. So what happens is that this guy is free. Okay, so actually we're going to put this thing to its test anyway. And waiting for path reservation. So what's happening is I did not plan on this. This is cool. Okay, so this train is going right here. It's being stopped by this path signal. It's waiting for path reservation. So it's detecting all down this line. And then for right here, it's going right here, and then it's determining that the block is occupied because the train is not left over here. And then for right here, this path signal, it's waiting for this path to be fixed, but this train's in the way. So how do we fix this? So I'm pretty sure we could fix this with another block signal. Okay, so yeah, in this case, this one will let it enter here. And then what do you know? Now it'll let it exit here. And now that this is here, this turns green. So, hey, look, we just kind of added more signals, and now it lets it go in. That's super sweet. Okay, so once again, these things are directional. I would always add 2. And that way you just kind of leave it open. And this guy, ooh, is it going to do it? No, it cleared it. Okay, cool. Now, the unique thing about the path signals and these about the path signals is that it's trying to find out if a path is clear. And one way to kind of mess with that, to see what I'm talking about, is we have these trains. Let's put a train on the rails right here. So what it will find out is it'll go up front, and then it'll say, oh, this path is not clear. So even though nothing is on the train, it's figuring out that, oh, I can't find a way to get to the next signal. I guess it's not safe. And actually, it did it for them both. I don't know if there's a way to actually do that with the signals and not have them just kind of semi-break. So, yeah. The only, I'm hoping that gets fixed, because that would be kind of cool. And the only other issue is that can you do multiple path signals? Yes, you can. No, you can't. Not to fix that problem at least, but if we do this, hey, look. So basically it finds out that the pathway to get to this pathway is clear, and then the pathway to get to here is clear. So you can actually have multiple directions now going in the same way, which is kind of cool. And this train, of course, you can do the same thing with, where you can have multiple trains now that all go here, but you're going to run into the same problem as before, where turn on self-drive, edit timetable. I don't care, I'm going to call this baloney. So, see right here, you're going to go right here. It's going to go forward, Then find out that this signal's blocked, so guess what? You can't go here. So then the train's going to stop, and guess what? Then you're going to get a big problem. Only way to really solve that, of course, is to add another signal. So what happens? This signal's detecting this one. And then this signal's detecting this one, so... Alrighty. Anyway, though. Is there another point where I can just kind of connect this stuff? Okay. Anyway, though. My best tip for anybody is don't do these yet, because I guess they're a little buggy. Just a little. Kinda. Maybe, sorta. Oh wow, you can't even push it up there. That's really fun. Okay. But let's go forward right here, and then we'll let a path signal tell it. No, and you know what? I know why. Haha. See, I just broke my own rule. To test everybody. That's totally what it was. It was a test. So what's happening is that because this guy is not clear, I bet you... Come on. Thank you. See, it won't let this guy go because the pathway is not clear. And let's go and just do this. Eventually one of these is going to turn green. And boom! So see right there? Now we have multiple signals controlling this. And it only took 1, 2, 3. Hey, look, it only took like... Well, this whole thing would be a block in between. But yeah, you really got to watch out for making sure them trains don't go into a stalemate, because that's not good. So, definitely, you would need to have more than one over there. More than one signal. Because otherwise, you're kind of trying to... Actually, I bet. If I did this. See? Okay, so now, see? Now you can do it with just that one path signal. And... So that train moved forward, and then let's go forward a little bit. And then, hey, look at that. This guy's going to go forward. Then this guy's going to have the clear way through, so... And then that's how you can do that kind of track layout. So you can have two trains that are always going around in circles, and... But once again, that's one of the more advanced circuits, so I don't know if anybody would really want to do it. And I don't know. You might not need... Okay, that's what happens when you build too high. Is that you got that guy flying through, but... Hey, it works. And don't tell me that this guy's going to then... Well, they're not going to hit. And, oh yeah, see, now that guy can go through. And let's put another block signal, because that one didn't work. Right here. And then put another one right... Come on. Really? Right here. So then that'll allow... So it's doing the same thing. It's checking to see if a block's free. Or in this case, it's checking to make sure a path is free. And then from here, it's now going onto that path. Or that route. And then it's just slowly going around. And let's go put you right here. Oh, no, wait. I bet you. That's going to cause more problems. Okay. Because what you want to do is you want to have a path signal for this particular thing to work. You want to have a path signal in the front because it's checking to make sure that a path is free. And then you want to have a block signal behind it. And the block signals you can have as many of. But the one benefit of the path signal is it's making sure that a given path is free. So... see, so now this guy's going. Oh, wow, so see. And then that guy goes right here. This train's entering this middle portion, so now this guy goes red to tell nobody to enter. And then this guy is going around here. He stops right here because this path is not good. And so, yeah, you do need to have more than one block signal in between the two. So, okay, good to know. And see, now this guy is free, so now this guy's going to go forward. But anyway, though, so if you need to have multiple trains going on one loop, that is a couple of ideas, and that's some tips for the signals and how to make them work better. So anyway, though, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Have a wonderful day. I hope this guide helps. If I feel like I need to, I'll probably create a part 2. So everybody can avoid having a disaster like this one. Because this really... unless you want to. I mean, if you want to create a train crash, that is cool for you. You can play the game however you want to. But if you need to learn how to use the signals, I think that I covered pretty much the basics. If anybody needs more advice, I'll probably create a part 2 eventually. And then we can not have disasters hit like this one. So anyway, though, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Have a wonderful day. I hope this guide helps somebody. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. And if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Also, I think there's some kind of bell thing involved, whatever that means. So you might have to hit a bell too, or something like that. If you like this video, though, please don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps me out, and it lets me know that you want to see more content just like this. Thank you so very much. This has been KL Tech Nerd. Have a wonderful day. Bye.